Why did my stepmom freeze when she realized what she just poured down the drain? I've been living with my dad and his new wife Karen for about 8 months now. She's not evil or anything, but she's got this thing where she needs everything to be perfect all the time. Color-coded bins in the pantry, shoes lined up by the door, a cleaning schedule on the fridge that she actually follows. And then there's me, the kid who leaves hoodies on the floor and forgets to make his bed 3 days in a row. She's been on my ass since day one about being lazy and messy, which is funny because my room isn't even that bad. It's just not up to her standards. Dad usually stays out of it, probably because he knows I'm still adjusting to the whole new family situation. But Karen, she takes it personally. So when I got home from school that Tuesday and saw her sitting at the kitchen table with a shoebox in front of her, I knew something was wrong. Sit down, right now. I froze in the doorway. That was my shoebox, the one I kept under my bed behind my duffel bag and a stack of old notebooks, the one she had absolutely no reason to be looking for. What were you doing in my room? I was cleaning up your disaster of a space, which clearly someone needs to do. She gestured at the chair across from her. Sit, I sat. My heart was already racing because I knew what was in that box, and I knew exactly what it looked like if you didn't know what it actually was. A plastic bag was sitting on the table. The money was spread out next to it. $340 in 5s, 10s, and 20s. I'm going to give you one chance to explain what this is. Karen, if you just let me, because I have been nothing but patient with you. She wasn't yelling, but her voice had that tight, shaky quality that was somehow worse. I'm not disrespecting, but this! She picked up the bag, held it up like evidence at a trial. You're keeping drugs in my house? Around my daughter? My stomach dropped. Drugs? Karen, it's my mom. Yes, I know you're still sad about your mom, but that is not an excuse to turn to drugs. And then she grabbed the scissors from the counter. Wait! She stabbed the bag. The sound of plastic ripping cut through everything. Something happened to my body. I don't know what. I was sitting and then I wasn't. I was standing, but I couldn't feel my legs. My brain was sending signals, but nothing was responding. Karen, no! She was already at the sink. The water was already running. No, no, no! Stop! My legs finally moved, but it was like wading through concrete. Everything was moving in slow motion and too fast at the same time. I could see her tilting the bag, could see the opening over the drain. Gray powder started pouring out. Stop, please! The scream tore out of my throat. That's not, this is for your own good. She was dumping it faster, shaking the bag. Your father worked 60-hour weeks to keep this family afloat, and this is how you repay him? I reached for the bag, but my hands felt disconnected from my body. She pulled it away like I wasn't even there, kept dumping. I have tried with you. I have tried so hard to make this work, to be patient, to give you space to adjust. More ash disappearing down the drain, but I will not let you destroy your life. Not in my house. My legs gave out. I grabbed the counter to stay upright. She shook out the last of it, then turned off the water, dropped the empty bag in the sink. There, it's done. And when your father gets home, we're going to have a very serious conversation about what happens next. I couldn't speak. She was staring at me, waiting for me to say something, to argue, to confess. That was my mom. What? I looked up at her. Those were my mom's ashes from the funeral home. Every bit of color drained from her face. That's what I was trying to tell you. It was my mom. Literally, her ashes. I could barely get the words out. I've been saving for 2 years for an urn. That money on the table, $340. Every birthday, every Christmas, every lawn I mowed. She was staring at the sink, at the empty bag, at the drain. Dad said we'd get a nice urn when we could afford it, but I couldn't finish the sentence. Oh my God. Her hand went to her mouth. Oh my God. That's when the front door opened. Dad's voice called out from the hallway. I'm home. He walked into the kitchen, saw Karen's face, saw me barely holding myself together against the counter, saw the empty plastic bag in the sink. What's going on? I looked at my dad. She thought I had drugs. I tried to tell her it was mom's ashes. Dad stared at the sink, at the empty bag. You poured Sarah down the drain. I thought they were drugs. I was trying to help. He cut her off. Did you let him explain? Even once? She looked at me. I looked right back. I told you it was my mom. Dad barely spoke to her for a week. He bought an urn anyway, with mom's name engraved on it. It sits on my shelf, empty. When Karen apologized for the 4th time, I shrugged. At least when I'm messy, I don't pour people's dead parents down the sink. Dad didn't defend her. Guess I should have kept mom somewhere cleaner, you know, since I'm so lazy.